Hi, Naya.
Ruff! I felt like that would be the only appropriate way to begin this video. I've been making a lot of videos about my fellow content creators recently, and I thought that today would be a nice opportunity to take a little step back, but then I came across something so ridiculous, so inherently comedic. It wouldn't be very Ace Family of me if I didn't take advantage of it. Allegedly, please don't sue me. Recently, Anthony Padilla from Smosh, or as I like to call him, the hot one, my DMs are open and so is my ass. He started making sincere documentaries about incredibly thought-provoking topics like video game voice actors, strippers, and Visco girls. Louis Theroux, more like Louis the Who Gives a F***. What an original idea though. I've never seen an OG YouTuber attempt to make documentaries before. Who would have thought it? The one video of his that really caught my eye was I Spent a Day with Otherkin. I'm gonna take a minute and let him introduce the topic for anyone who's blessed enough to not know what otherkin means.
Otherkin, a subculture who socially and spiritually identify as not entirely— Shut up!
Alright, I had to do it once, I'm sorry. Let's hear a bit more about the origins of this movement, which I definitely care about a lot. I'm definitely not here to take the piss out of people who howl when they climax.
The origin of Otherkin can be traced back to Elfenkind Digest, a mailing list for elves and interested observers. Since then, the Otherkin community has thrived.
Poor choice of words there, Anthony. Nothing says thriving like 6 adolescents with tails sitting on a log. The fallen tree signifies my lost hope in humanity. What else have we got here then? Nice leather jacket there. I hope you're enjoying the 70s. Also, Knuckles cool. He wants his gloves back.
With members largely identifying as mythical creatures, such as dragons, elves, fairies, animals.
Ah yes, my favourite mythical creature, animals. What animal is this person supposed to be, by the way? Maybe a porcupine? Is this what Bane hides underneath his mask? If so, I don't really blame him for hiding it. Also, can we take a moment just to analyse the howling technique used here? Since when have you seen a dog raise its 2 paws to howl? It's poor form from Scarce here. And I feel sorry for any dog walkers in the local area. One minute you're having a nice little stroll in the woods. The next, your 10-week-old Shiba Inu is being gangbanged by the cast of 101 Dalmatians. Now in fairness, Anthony's video is fairly entertaining. He sits down with Naya, a dog who looks eerily like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. We do live in a society, admittedly sometimes I wish I didn't. Naya introduces herself in an incredibly appropriate way.
Hi, Naya.
For future reference, if you recognise me in public and you don't yelp when you see me, I will be incredibly disappointed. Don't worry, I've become very accustomed to people whimpering at the sight of my face. Naya isn't the only otherkin introduced to us today. We also meet Legolas's long-lost brother, Luis. Now, he doesn't necessarily identify as an elf, but he is undergoing multiple surgeries to look more like one. Orlando Bloom, more like Orlando, why not just wear a costume? His story is fairly fascinating. Apparently, he wants to become a Pleiadian. For anyone that doesn't know what that is, so basically everyone, a Pleiadian is a space elf made from love and light, and I am incredibly terrified. I don't want to mess with them, so I'm going to be ignoring Luis for the rest of this video. Naya, on the other hand, is a bit more based in reality, as much as being otherkin can be. However, she doesn't just identify as a dog, but rather a specific breed.
I consider myself a British Columbia wolf and red fox terrier.
It's one thing considering yourself an animal. I'm just wondering how it would go if you tagged along with a pack of local foxes. Funnily enough, you're biologically higher than them in the food chain, but they'd still retain the right to bully you. Naya goes a bit more in depth about when she first realised that she's not exactly a human being.
So when I was about 10 or 11, I had this friend.
Not a good start, really, is it? Judging your entire identity on an experience you had when you were 10 years old. Now, I'm not sure if I'll be able to find an image of this. Actually, come to think of it, I don't want this on the internet. You're not having it. But when I was a kid, I used to dress up in a tutu and a Bob the Builder hat. No, I am not lying. I considered myself a Bob fairy, and no one could tell me otherwise. Other than everyone at school who ruthlessly bullied me for it, that is. It's a shame, really. I would have taken the drag game by storm. RuPaul, more like Ru's small ego that prevents me from following my freakish dreams. But I'll forever be a magical DIY expert in my heart. Naya cites an anime as part of her realization that she was actually a dog.
I see, you know, the intro with Kiba, that's the main character, the white wolf, and I'm like, this is me.
And that's made me have a realization of my own. Give me 1 minute. That should do it. I just booked some plastic surgery to become more like my anime crush, Ramiel-chan. Such unmatched beauty. Such unrivaled brilliance. I will not rest until I become a floating crystalline octahedron. I was interested to know a little bit more about what being an otherkin actually means in practice, and Naya's answer did not disappoint.
Do you have any go-to things that you do to embrace your otherkin identity?
There's something called mental shifting. And mental shifting...
Why not just play fetch? Maybe chew up a sofa? Shag a pillow, even? When I look at a puppy, I don't see them as having some transcendent mental awakening. Oh, look at little buddy. He's just discovered the 4th dimension. In fairness, though, this is just Naya's more comprehensive way of saying that there are times in which she acts more like the animals she identifies as.
Their mindset becomes more like their stereotypes, so I would become more wolf-like. So if I'm out in the woods, I'm full-on wolf.
Oh, I love that term. Full-on wolf. I love that. Actually, you know what? I'm calling it. This is now the official way of saying savage. Yeah, dude, you didn't have to say it like that. That was full-on wolf. Oh my god, you skate so good. That was such a gnarly full-on wolf kickflip, dude. And when you kicked her in the face, bro, full-on wolf. Naya goes a bit more in depth about what she gets up to in the forest. No, not that in depth, don't worry.
Yeah, and what are you doing when you're out there?
So we're running around. We do kind of play as wolves.
Like on all fours?
At times, yes.
I take it back, that's pretty explicit, isn't it? I mean, we all like a bit of doggy style every now and then, but that doesn't mean you have to woof with every pump. The word woof doesn't really do Naya's noises justice though, so I'm gonna let her recreate them herself. Oh my god. Yeah. That'll do it. Anthony's reaction speaks to me on a deeper level here. I can't believe we live in a world where interviews can consist of people howling at the top of their lungs, and we consider it premium content. I wouldn't change a thing. What is the point in regular news networks anymore? Inject this into my veins.
Whoa.
What the fuck? I have no idea how Anthony feels after that. Scared? Turned on, maybe? Sometimes a mix of both can do wonders. Now, I don't want to take away how special something like this can be for someone. I know I poke fun at people with a proverbial bullying stick, but it does unironically make me happy that people can do whatever they want these days. Naya even takes a moment to explain just how happy howling makes her.
It gets me...
Your eyes teared up.
Yeah, it gets me... it does get me, like... It puts me in this space where it's a release.
Oh, I bet it's a release for you. I had a little release of my own whilst watching you. Anthony did as well, the cheeky bastard. Something I really like about Naya is when she mentions how in the past she was the subject of a meme. This is the meme for anyone who's wondering.
On all levels except physical, I am a wolf.
Inspirational, really. It brings a tear to my eye. She regrets how it misinterpreted the community, but she also seems to laugh it off. It makes me wonder who Piers Morgan is even targeting with his two-spirit penguin meme. What anyone chooses to identify as is none of your business. It has no impact on your life. So welcome to 2016, Piers. I identify as an attack helicopter. Oh, funny meme, mate. That's a really funny meme. The only reason people dislike you for these comments is because of how much they make you look like a stale boomer. Kids these days acting like they're wolves. What happened to the good old days of playing with a stick and then beating your wife with it? The world's gone to shit! I like talking about topics like these because I just find the whole concept of Smosh interviewing someone who's wearing dog ears and a collar, it's just funny, alright? Admit it. I don't even need to be sat here talking, just take it in. Enjoy the ride, fellas.
Has identifying as otherkin altered your eating habits?
I'm savage AF.
Hey, there she is, lads. Savage! Let's see just how savage her diet is.
There's this scene in the logo doc of me just like tearing up pizza.
Pizza? Jesus Christ, you didn't have to go full-on wolf, bro. Pizza does not count as savage unless you put pineapple on it. And if you unironically put pineapple on pizza, then we're gonna have a problem here. Unsubscribe right now, go on, do it. And then resubscribe, please. I want 1 million subscribers. Maybe share this channel with a friend. Leave a like. Please help. Naya sees the way in which she eats pizza as the most freakish aspect of her life.
People were like, my friend who was in it with me, Naya, are you sure? Like, do you want that? That's how I eat.
Hey, documentary people. You know that really savage bit in which I ate some pizza? Don't worry, guys. You can keep it in. I'm just really savage. What a brave soul, having footage of you eating pizza shown to millions. Imagine the repercussions if you spilt crumbs on yourself. This is why you shouldn't go full-on wolf. Now, I know I said I wouldn't be mentioning Legolas again, but his answer about his diet was just too good to leave out.
I actually will eat myself if I remove my ribs.
Wait.
Thinking about that.
Wait.
He wants to eat his own ribs. I see you are a man of taste. You can be honest with us though, Luis. You don't have to pretend that you don't already know what you taste like. We've all been there, young, foolish, and flexible. I think I just throw up in my mouth. Now, unlike Luis, Naya identifies as something non-humanoid, which essentially means that she can't realistically get surgery to look like a wolf. What she can do, however, is partake in a very specific lifestyle, one which I'm sure you are all very educated on, furries. My favourite sect of the internet that is a lot larger than you think. Now, I've got no issues with furries. I'd probably have sex with Elmo if I was drunk enough too, you know, I'm not here to kink shame. But Naya says that she wants her very own fursuit. There is one problem though, they're quite expensive.
Yo, if you want to donate a quad suit, how much do those cost?
I have no idea. They're a few thousand, I think.
I would make fun of how ridiculously pricey that is, but it's not that much when you compare it to Ollie London's surgery. Ollie London's a wannabe K-pop star who I recently made a video on. Definitely go and watch it after you watch this one. I think I'd actually donate to the Wolf Girl Fund, but don't get me wrong, you shouldn't. You should all save your money because I'm dropping merch on the 1st of November. We're dropping a whole selection of things, so there'll be something for everyone. If you don't buy it on the 1st of November, I will set Clive on you. He's feeling pretty full-on wolf today, don't underestimate him. But I want to leave you with this little note from Naya.
How does hanging out with otherkin friends differ from hanging out with normies?
Normies suck.
Yeah! Say it louder for the people in the back! You awful regular people out there living your lives, going to work. Wait, you're all 12, none of you work. In general, I support people whatever they do. You want to be a lamppost, then go ahead. Shine, my son. But I really hate it when people dislike others just because they're not different. From my experience, people who consider themselves different are usually the most boring people. So don't go around being all extra just because of how uncomfortable you are with normality. We're all human, or bear, or even space elf. We're all just a bag of bones at the end of the day. Some of us are especially attractive, I know, but I'm just a bag of bones nonetheless. And you can make that bag of bones prettier by purchasing merch on the 1st of November. But if you have enjoyed this video, then please leave a like down below. Sorry, Clive. Subscribe if you're new or have not done so already, and I will catch you next time.